Hello everybody, this is Debbie, from Teacher Success Coach. Right, today was the first day back at school. It was fantastic. I'm at a new school now, all girls school. It's a really nice, connected school. The students are friendly. The staff really really friendly. Normally when you go to a school, you could actually feel the atmosphere when you get there, so you know whether or not it's a good school for you to, you feel comfortable or you don't feel comfortable. In this one, I really felt comfortable. As I said, it's a girls' school, and they're really eager. That's what's really nice about it. I've taught in 2 other girls' schools already this year, and one of them, they were motivated, the other one, forget it. But this one, the students are really on the ball, which is really nice. This morning the session started off at 8. I had to be there for 8 o'clock. Trying to get a cab, wasn't able to get a cab, the story going, etc. Eventually I got there about 10 past, so it wasn't too bad because lesson starts at 1:45. So we have form time from 1:15 until 10:02. We have form time, and then lesson starts at 10:02. So it was really good. It's been a really nice day. Exhausting, but fun. Sorry. Getting to know the students and, doing the ground rules with them, etc. All of that was really nice. Sorry. One of the things that I'm grateful for as well, it was really nice in terms of connecting with the students, because they were all, after 6 weeks break, I think they were also eager to come back to school, because it means that they need to start concentrating on their GCSEs and the A-levels. So they actually come, majority of them were eager to get started. Yeah. So on those bases, it was a real good day. Sorry. Oh my goodness, sorry. One other thing is, in terms of where the students are at, they are eager to be there. And one of the beautiful things for me is they're no longer socially distanced, so they're able to collaborate, and that's a big thing for me, because my teaching is very interactive. So when the students were not able to be interactive, it was quite a challenge for me, because I couldn't get close to them. I was at the top of the class while they were at the bottom, and it was really uncomfortable, because I'm one of these teachers who are hands-on. So the fact that there are no, they're not in bubbles anymore, and there's no physical distance anymore, so they're all there, whatever. Well, we don't even know whether or not they're going to be, in terms of spread of infection, etc. That's something we can think about. But the nice thing for me is they're right there with me, and I'm able to interact with them. So it means that we'll be doing a lot of group work exercise instead of, a lot of board work. It'll be a lot of interactive sessions. So that's quite nice. One of the downside is the lessons are 1 hour. Because most of the schools I've taught in, the lessons would normally be 40 minutes, or the maximum was 50 minutes. But this one is 60 minutes. As I said to my student, I teach in chunks. So which means after every 20 minutes, we're going to have a break. Whether or not we do meditation, whether or not we do a dancing session, whatever. But after every 20 minutes, that's how I'm going to program my lesson. After every 20 minutes, we have a break, and then they do something, and then we go back for the next 20 minutes. Because as we know, the brain actually works in small chunks, because I want them to get the maximum out of my lesson. So in order for that to be done, I need to chunk my lesson. So they were quite happy about that as well, because, could you imagine, you're not used to having breaks in the lesson. You normally you're going on for a whole hour, and then you have this teacher say, after every 20 minutes, we'll have a little break. So that was quite good for them. What else? Yeah, it was just a really good session, because I had year 10, that's the 16-year-olds, year 11s, and year 12. So these groups I'll be teaching is year 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I'll be teaching 4 different age groups. So it will be from 14, I think it's 14 years old. So I'll be doing the GCSEs and the A levels. So that's the area I'll be covering. So it's quite nice because in January, that's the first time I had taught the year 10 for a very long time. So it was really nice teaching such, that young group as well, because most of the time I've always taught the A-level groups. So it's quite nice teaching, the 14-year-olds with all their, their little challenges. So now I've got that group again this year. So it was quite nice, looking at their interaction and, the fact that they haven't seen each other for 6 weeks and the excitement of seeing each other when they came into the classroom. So all that's really, really good. And as I said, for me, the nice thing is, it's going to be hands-on instead of doing on the board all the time and just getting them to do board work. They'll be interacting, they'll be doing little projects for me because I've got them twice in a computer room. So for me, that's really good. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to this new semester in terms of having the students where I want them to be, because I'm starting together with them. Because one of the challenges I found is when you actually go to a school and you're starting, when you get there, the students have already started. So it's difficult. So I should say it's challenging for you to actually set ground rules so they know what you expect from them and what they expect from you. But the fact that we've all starting together, it's beautiful because they know my expectation and I know the expectation. So they actually wrote the ground rules out because they know, well, okay, this is what I'm willing to put up with each other. And I'm saying, okay, this is what I want you guys to get out of the lesson. As much as you have to be working, I also expect you to make it fun. So yes, you study, etc. But the bottom line is education needs to be fun. So that's one of the aspects I want them to get out of it. The fun aspect of education, because education is beautiful. It depends on how we educators teach the student to make them enjoy it. So I said to them, there's sometimes when they come in, yes, they'll come into music in my classroom, and after every 20 minutes, there's sometimes we might do meditation, or we might do 5 minutes dancing just to circulate the oxygen around the brain so that when they sit down to write, they're ready to write again. So those are some of the things we did today. So one of my wins are the students were eager. They were excited because they have a new teacher. And this teacher is out of the box teacher, one that don't give homework, because one of the things they say to me, Miss, are you going to give us homework today? And I'm thinking, oh yes. The head of the department did tell me about homework, but I'm not a homework teacher. So I say to the student, I'm not going to give you guys homework, but what I'm going to expect you guys to do, whatever topic we'll be looking at, I want you to look at it. So therefore, when you come in the next day, you know what you're talking about because you've looked at it. It doesn't matter if you don't understand it, but you have an idea what the topic is all about. So that's how we're going to do it in terms of getting around the homework. Because I really don't want to be marking homework as well as having to mark coursework. Nah, I'm only going to give homework if it is going towards the coursework, or else it's an extra piece of work. They don't need that, I don't need that. So it's a matter of just getting them to be aware of the topics we'll be looking at the next day. So that's my element of homework. So in terms of my win is one of that, getting the students, to start having a buy-in to the lessons so that they know, well, okay, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, but it's a dialogue between both of us. So you need to make it fun and I'll make it fun because it's not just one side. It's a group. So therefore, the enjoyment have to come from both of us, from both parties. So I'm going to make sure that you guys enjoy it, but you guys also have to do the work for me as well. So together we could have a really fun session. So that's one of my biggest wins as well, in terms of the students were really excited. Oh, Miss, we start enjoying your lesson already. That makes me feel good. I'm thinking, oh yes, well, I'm getting them where I want them to go. So which means that, I've said to them that they can all do it. So this is my expectation. I expect you are able to do it. There's nothing wrong with your brains. You could all achieve well. So that's my expectation for them. So therefore, when you expect high from students, you are going to get high results. So they know that my high expectation, because I know they could do it, and I also want them to feel they could do it. So those are my wins from the from today's session. My gratitude, what I'm grateful for today. Well, getting back into going back to school. Yes, I've been getting up early because I'm an early person, but in terms of this earliness is early and leaving. So that's something I'm starting to get used to, because in my head, oh my goodness, I now have to not only get up and do my ritual, I have to get up and get myself out to school. So that was a little bit, challenging this morning in terms of reminding myself I'm back at school. So what my gratitude is, I'm grateful to be back at school. I'm grateful that I'm able to have my students right in front of me. I'm grateful that we could actually have a collaborative session. I'm grateful the fact that, I'm getting them to be more interactive. So those are all the things I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful for being alive and having the wonderful opportunity of seeing a new group of students, setting expectation, and they're setting the expectation as well, because it's not only me setting expectation, I also want them to see what they're capable of doing and see the opportunity they have and how they could actually maximize it. Because something I've said to all of them is, I say, you can all achieve greatness because there's nothing wrong with your brain. So I do expect you to be able to achieve the maximum out of this school year. And they look at me and it's like, Miss, nobody have told of that before. Yes, so as educators, it is so very important that we empower our students, because the more you expect of your student, the more you're going to get out of them. And I expect great things from my students, and I know I'll get great things from my students. As I said, the more we expect from them, the more they're going to give it to us, because they don't want to disappoint us, because they also know that, we have their back. And it's so very important that as educators, we value our students, we empower our students, because we are their role model. Because just think, some of them probably don't even have that at home. So when they come to us, we have to make sure we give those to them. So it was really nice. Because another thing I do with my students as well, I've got a little basket, and I would have different quotes in the basket. So every day when I meet them, because, it's meet and greet at the door, which is lovely. So as they come in, meet and greet, and they would need to take a quote from the basket. And I want them to actually process it and see how they fit into that quote. Because students could all do greatness. They could all do great things, but we need to tell them that, because they don't know that. Because I'm looking at it from myself when I was going to school, I was told I would amount to nothing. So even though I had the support at home, when you go to school, you don't have those support. So it's quite challenging. My mother was my greatest supporter, and she knew I could achieve. Whereas at school, I was told that I would amount to nothing because I went against what they wanted me to do. So for us educators, we need to see greatness in our students, because they could achieve great things. And we need to tell them that. We need to empower them. We need to give them that bit of confidence, because they don't have confidence in themselves. So we need to have confidence in them, and then they'll have confidence in themselves, because they're young. So we need to actually set the parameters for them. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow, telling you of my second day, what it's like. Although today I had my lessons, 1 hour lessons, I did not even cover half of the lesson today, because I went off track. We were discussing the topic. So tomorrow, as I said to the student, tomorrow is we really have to work hard so I could actually cover the topic I was meant to cover today. Because tomorrow was meant to be another topic, but Debbie being Debbie, that didn't happen. So tomorrow we have to cover the topic I should have finished today and start the other topic. Because I believe we need to hear from students. I don't believe in there being a conveyor belt. It is important that we hear from them. Hence, sometimes my lesson go totally off key, because my main thing is, as long as I could, in terms of show them how to study, not just what to study, but how to do that. And as long as I'm showing them how to do it, we're going to get through. We're going to be okay. Right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. Have a good evening, night, morning where you are. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my second day. I hope that I finish covering the topic for tomorrow. So speak tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.